After the envoy from the Tianqing continent explained the purpose of their visit, Xiao Yin and the others had an in-depth discussion. After a long conversation that lasted well into the night, they were in high spirits, and a plan to have the experts from the Boundless Fire Domain accompany them to the Tianqing continent began to take shape. With that, the evening quickly passed. Knock, knock, knock. A crisp knocking sound came from the door. Come in. Master. Lord Xiao Yin sent me with a message. Tomorrow, Lord Xiao Yin will personally accompany you to the Tianqing continent. However, the Boundless Fire Domain has just been established and is unable to send any troops at this time. We hope for your understanding. I understand. You may go. The door quietly closed. What? Only Lord Xiao Yin is coming from the Boundless Fire Domain? In the ancient and simple fragrance-filled room, Lin Qingwen, having just received news from the guards of the Boundless Fire Domain, couldn't help but mutter angrily, filled with concern. Master, is the Boundless Fire Domain looking down on us? How much can one domain lord from the Boundless Fire Domain really do? Other attendants in the room, equally hot-tempered, spoke up. Although Lin Qingwen led this group, they were all quite dissatisfied and harbored some resentment. Wait, Xiao Yin, if he's not an ignoramus, then he must be someone bold and capable. After a moment of contemplation, Lin Qingwen seemed to understand something, and his expression eased. As a member of the royal family, he had received excellent training from a young age, which helped him see things more clearly. What do you mean, Master? The others were naturally puzzled and asked in confusion. The election is just around the corner. Even if the Boundless Fire Domain sends a coalition army, it would likely not solve the problem. After all, the overall strength of the Boundless Fire Domain isn't as overwhelming as some other forces. And Xiao Yin has probably realized this, but I'm a bit confused. How can a 5-star Do Xian solve difficult problems alone among so many powerful lords? Lin Qingwen smiled, a hint of anticipation in his eyes. Rather than fighting a brutal, life-and-death struggle, the highest level of strategy is subtle maneuvering. If the Boundless Fire Domain has such a capable person, they will likely become incredibly powerful in the near future. After a brief pause, Lin Qingwen's gaze softened. If Xiao Yin could really help their princess win the election, then the Tianqing continent would stand firm here, and perhaps even submit to the Boundless Fire Domain. Lin Qingwen also clearly remembered something the princess had said. Although the Boundless Fire Domain is a newly formed force, with Xiao Yan's presence, it won't be long before it grows into a towering tree. And if we in the Tianqing continent can survive this calamity, we would willingly submit to it. This trip is mainly about securing the support of the Boundless Fire Domain. But if we can bring Xiao Yin back safely, that will be half the victory. These were the princess's own words because she knew Xiao Yan's abilities well. Not to mention, his strength had grown significantly over the past few decades. Everyone, rest up. When we return to the Tianqing continent, the princess will naturally treat you well. Tomorrow, we will set off with Lord Xiao Yin. With that, the room fell silent. Elsewhere, in Cai Lin's fragrant boudoir, the night was quiet. Both Cai Lin and Yingying had not yet gone to bed. With Xiao Yin present, the three of them quietly stayed in the room, the silence enveloping them. I'll leave tomorrow. After a while, Xiao Yin, looking at the silent girls before him, relaxed his mind and spoke in a rather easy tone. In such moments, he felt a sense of home. However, when he remembered the many things he still had to do, a sense of pressure crept in. I won't be going with you. The Boundless Fire Domain needs me here to guard it. While you're gone, I'll make sure everything is well managed. Cai Lin shook her head. She hadn't told Xiao Yin that the blood of the 10-colored devouring python inside her required her to visit the center of the monster realm. Otherwise, Xiao Yin would have taken her there himself. I won't go either. I'll stay here with Sister Cai Lin to train. Yingying puffed up her cheeks and said. Yingying knew that with 2 sacred flames inside her, combined with her unique heritage as a human transformed by sacred flame, she had an extraordinary advantage. However, her strength was too weak to help Xiao Yin much. During his absence, she would focus on improving herself. The next time Xiao Yin returned, he would surely notice her transformation. Yingying understood well that while being a beautiful ornament is nice, it's the inner strength that matters most. Xiao Yin nodded gently, understanding the girl's thoughts. With that, they spent the night together, quietly resting. The next morning, when the sunlight bathed the peaks of the Mystic Spirit Mountain Range, Xiao Yin and Lin Qingwen were already ready. Let's go. Do you think we should inform Queen Medusa? Lin Qingwen detected a hint of reluctance in Xiao Yan's eyes and gently asked. No need, let's go. As they spoke, the group quietly departed, taking advantage of the rising sun to leave without waking Cai Lin, Yingying, or the senior leaders. Lin Qingwen and the others nodded, and without hesitation, they leapt into the spatial passage, heading towards the Tianqing continent. The spatial passage had been jointly constructed by the five-star Do Xian from the Endless Fire domain during Xiao Yan's seclusion period. It was quite stable, and with the spatial coordinates of the Tianqing continent, it was relatively easy to establish. She's gone. At this moment, Cai Lin and Yingying appeared behind the manor's back gate, watching Xiao Yin and the others step into the spatial passage. Yingying couldn't help but feel a bit sad. You poor girl. Cai Lin shook her head helplessly, her eyes filled with deep meaning. This guy plans to shoulder everything by himself. That's going to be exhausting. This time, Yingying didn't speak with her usual playfulness. Instead, she stared seriously at the spot where Xiao Yin had left, saying in a low voice. So, even Cai Lin, with her usually cold demeanor, couldn't help but be surprised. The next time he comes back, I'll be much stronger. Yingying clenched her delicate fist. Well, now I'm kind of looking forward to it. At this moment, everything returned to calm. With many powerful figures guarding the Endless Fire domain and Cai Lin's leadership, it only grew stronger. As for Xiao Yin, he slowly made his way toward the Tianqing continent. Meanwhile, Yingying had already begun to cultivate her sacred flame, which granted her great advantages as a human, especially with the addition of the two sacred flames and the flame mantra. When Xiao Yin saw her again, she was certain her strength would have improved dramatically. On the other side, the Tianqing continent was becoming increasingly turbulent. The royal election was imminent, and the three most powerful candidates were forming alliances, causing many powerful forces from the Dodi continent to head toward the Tianqing continent. If the candidates they supported won, they would receive rewards beyond measure, creating an unprecedented level of activity on the Tianqing continent. At this moment, a new chapter was beginning to unfold. The Tianqing continent was the second largest of the four continents separated from the Dodi continent. In terms of resources and the number of powerful figures, it far surpassed the Xinling continent. Its geographical opportunities were as fertile as the Hun Tian. I wonder what's going on in the Tianqing continent. Sitting quietly on the spaceship, Xiao Yin asked Lin Qingwen, looking out from the deck. The Tianqing continent is different from the Xinling continent. It's a land built around the wood element, with many alchemists and weapon makers, Lin Qingwen replied with a smile. And I must say, the royal family of Tianqing continent controls wood element powers that have quite a fearsome reputation throughout the Dodi continent. Oh! Xiao Yin raised an eyebrow. Wood element? Xiao Yin smiled inwardly. His amber rock soul flame, a fusion of 4 sacred flames, was no less powerful than the top 15 sacred flames. Therefore, unless absolutely necessary, he didn't want to expose it easily. Furthermore, he had never had the time or opportunity to cultivate the wood element. It seemed that this time, heading to the Tianqing continent was indeed a good choice. Wait, something's not right. Isn't the Tianqing continent famous for its star power? Xiao Yin suddenly remembered that the Tianqing continent had been founded by a powerful figure who controlled the power of the stars. The star power is too ethereal and elusive. After countless generations of royal family rule, it has completely faded from sight. Now, the wood element is flourishing due to the current situation, Lin Qingwen said, a hint of regret in his voice. Master, you should rest. Because of some issues with the spatial passage, we'll need to make a transfer halfway. We'll wake you up when the time comes, Lin Qingwen kindly reminded. Xiao Yin nodded, then went into the spaceship. Though he had many questions, he realized that only once they arrived at the Tianqing continent would he have the chance to learn more. Also, Xiao Yin suspected that Lin Qingwen didn't know all the details. The distance between the Xinling continent and the Tianqing continent was thousands of miles. The spatial passage could only transport up to 1,000 miles, and since the Endless Fire domain hadn't developed the ability to create a space-time wormhole, they had to use 2 spatial passages. Tianmu City. This place had already left the Xun'er continent, and the intense energy of the heavens and earth could be felt in the air. Compared to the Xun'er continent, it was much stronger. Let's just go. We have the princess's hand seal, and the Lord of Heavenly Wood City should also belong to the princess's faction. They won't make things difficult for us. As Xiao Yin and his group emerged from the spatial passage, Lin Xingwen spoke up. The exits of spatial passages are all located within the city, with the exits and entrances at the north and south ends. At this moment, Xiao Yin and his group had just stepped out from the exit and were heading towards the other entrance. Entering that entrance would directly lead them to the core of Tianqing continent, the royal territory. Let's go. The few attendants behind him spoke cautiously, their eyes scanning the surroundings. Strange. There seems to be an unusual aura here. As Xiao Yin followed Lin Xingwen toward the city's spatial entrance, an odd sensation spread through his soul energy. Xiao Yin clearly recognized this feeling. This aura seemed to be the fluctuation of light-based Do Qi that the light demon had used before. Moreover, light-based Do Qi was something that not only wasn't common on Do Di continent, but even in the entire human world. Only the Holy See possessed such power. The Holy See's influence was spread across countless regions in the human world, and Do Di continent was merely an important branch of the Holy See. As for where their headquarters was, it was likely something very few knew. Sir, this is Heavenly Wood City. We need to enter the spatial passage from here in order to reach the royal land. On the other side, a thin man in luxurious clothing spoke to the 4 strange men in black robes before him. The 4 strange men spoke slowly and then followed, arriving ahead of Xiao Yin and his group. This? Lin Xingwen? How did he end up here? After a moment, when waiting in a large plaza to step into the spatial passage entrance, Lin Xingwen's expression suddenly turned grim. What's wrong? Seeing Lin Xingwen's sudden change in expression, Xiao Yin asked. Lord Xiao Yin, please take a look. The thin man in front of us, his strength is about the late-stage 4-star Do Xian. He isn't from the princess's faction. In fact, he bears a grudge against the princess. His leaving Do Xing continent so suddenly is likely to gather support for himself. Lin Xingwen pointed at the thin man ahead, his voice heavy. Is he a supporter of the other 2 candidates? Xiao Yin surveyed him slightly. These 4 guys, they're pretty strong. After some observation, Xiao Yin was a bit surprised. Underneath these 4 black-robed figures, it was likely that light-based Do Qi was concealed. But among the 4, aside from one who was at the mid-5-star Do Xian level, the strength of the other 3 was somewhat unclear to Xiao Yin. In fact, one of them, an older man with a particularly poor complexion, gave Xiao Yin a sense of unprecedented oppression. Master, what happened? Meanwhile, among the 4 black-robed figures waiting to enter the spatial entrance, a conversation began. Seems like we've discovered something interesting. The old man in black robes spoke, a faint smile laced in his voice. That is, Lin Xingwen? And Xiao Yin, the domain master of the Endless Fire domain, who recently took control of the Xun'er continent. Lin Xingwen couldn't help but chuckle. Lin Xingwen was one of the princess's trusted aides, and if they could kill him, they could also wipe out the domain master of the Endless Fire domain, and after returning, that person would surely reward them handsomely. Masters, that's Lin Xingwen, a supporter of the princess's faction, and the domain master of the Endless Fire domain, Xiao Yin, who has been making waves recently. Lin Xingwen smiled. Xiao Yin? This guy seems to have the same name as the Xiao Yin that the Son of Light spoke about, but I wonder if it's the same person. Forget it. Since we've run into them, then, Elder Huang, kindly take care of those few and get rid of them. It will save us time. After a moment, the old man in black robes casually said, an expert from the Holy See. At that moment, Xiao Yin smiled. The old man in black robes. Strength was likely already at the 6-star Do Xian level, which is why he could give Xiao Yin such a heavy sense of oppression. Unfortunately, with Xiao Yin's current power surge, unless a 7-star Do Xian expert intervened, it would be hard to completely eliminate him. A mere 6-star Docian might not be enough. For a moment, the 100-meter circular plaza, with only Xiao Yan's group and the 2 groups of black-robed men, was filled with a strong smell of gunpowder. Rumble. Suddenly, the large 100-meter circular plaza was completely illuminated by a white glow, and an oppressive force spread, making the steps of Lin Qingwen and the others grow heavier. After all, their strength was still too weak. Whoosh! Whoosh! Xiao Yan remained unfazed, a soft, crimson flame of the great heavenly seed enveloping Lin Qingwen and his group, temporarily relieving their pressure. The strength of the church truly lives up to its reputation. Xiao Yan's soft voice filled the entire domain. Good scent and perception, too bad. Today will be your end. The voice didn't show itself, clearly now completely merged with the white domain, and spoke again in a tone full of disdain. 5-star Docian, perfected light attribute? After a moment, Xiao Yan detected the strength of the newcomer from the dismissive tone. Get down here. In the blink of an eye, Xiao Yan's hand shot up. The blazing great heavenly seed flame power shot through the sky like a rainbow, sending chills through the air. Thud. With a single blow, the white domain was forced open, and a strange figure emerged. The mysterious strongman, originally hidden in the domain, had his black robe completely burned away by Xiao Yan's flames, revealing an eye-catching black and white robe. Unlike normal clothing, the black and white robe easily isolated Xiao Yan's flame power, and even contained a trace of strong light doqi that continuously restored the mysterious expert's internal energy. A church expert? Prince Lin Feng must have secretly conspired with the church, that bastard. Lin Qingwen's face turned ashen as he looked at the man dressed like a monk. The church, with its insatiable greed, not only spread the belief that their angel of light could save the world from evil, collecting faith energy wherever they went, but also coveted other continents for years. Prince Lin Feng's agreement to cooperate with them likely came at a hefty price. The church's power was vast, making it clear he had invited a wolf into his home. To gain their support, that man would sacrifice anything, all in the hope of winning the election. I am the domain master of the Boundless Fire Domain. I never kill nameless people. What is your name? Xiao Yan said with a smile as he looked at the figure before him. Since this time he was heading to the Tianqing continent, and these people were from other factions, there was no need to show mercy. The Boundless Fire Domain had just begun, and it needed such actions to raise its fame. I am Priest Huang of the church. At this moment, the monk-like figure no longer looked down on Xiao Yan. He was aware of the overwhelming power of Xiao Yan's flames and had grown wary. Priest Huang. I've heard that within the church, from the lowest servants to the blue, white, and black-level priests, above them are 6 faithful, and then the 3 cardinals in red, and the Pope, Xiao Yan muttered softly. After all, the church's structure wasn't a secret, though he didn't know how true this information was. You all have too much bloodlust. Let me chant a sutra to guide you to peace. Bright goddess, I swear by your devoted followers. The priest raised his hands high, chanting some ancient incantations. With each chant, rays of sunlight-like brilliance slowly appeared on his black and white robes, and the light felt unlike anything Xiao Yan had ever experienced. Even his doqi had stopped flowing. It is said that church experts' light attribute doesn't cultivate through absorbing heaven and earth's spiritual energy, but largely relies on the power of chants. Once cast, their attacks are incredibly powerful, Lin Qingwen said solemnly. What happens if we kill them? Xiao Yan turned to Lin Qingwen and asked, eyeing the imposing priest Huang. What? Kill them? My lord, don't joke. There are 4 of them, and this one isn't the strongest. If we kill him, it might bring us great danger. Everyone, be quiet. Lin Qingwen roared, seeing the terrified expressions of his subordinates. Lord Xiao Yan, they are heretics resisting the princess. If you can eliminate them, it will likely help the princess in the election, Lin Qingwen smiled. Fire come. Hearing Lin Qingwen's words, Xiao Yan spoke softly without hesitation. His ancient ruler of heavenly flames appeared in his hand, and with the power of the great heavenly seed, he swiftly moved forward, striking at Priest Huang, who was still chanting. The technique he was chanting was at least saint grade and incredibly powerful. However, underestimating Xiao Yin was clearly a foolish move. Thud. Such strong defense. It's a pity you met me. In that moment, Xiao Yan's smile turned demonic. With a flash, the amber rock soul flame in his palm flickered, and the pristine defensive shield shattered instantly. Before the yellow cultivator could even understand how Xiao Yin had destroyed his shield, Xiao Yan's heavy ruler pierced through the yellow cultivator's body completely, even shattering his soul in the process. In the next moment, the yellow cultivator fell, his aura extinguished. This guy never imagined that his defense shield, strong enough to rival that of a 6-star Do Xian powerhouse, could be destroyed so easily by Xiao Yin. Let's go. It's time to meet the others. Now that the grudge is settled, there's no need to hide anymore. Xiao Yin waved his hand casually. The ancient ruler of heavenly flames appeared behind him, and the great heavenly seed flames surged forth, turning the yellow cultivator's body to ash. Moments later, the white domain dissipated. With a wicked grin on his face, Xiao Yin walked towards the other black-robed figures at the edge of the circular plaza, his eyes locking onto the 3 other figures in black robes. Teacher, the aura of the yellow cultivator is no more. One of the black-robed figures, led by Lin Qingyun, muttered involuntarily. The boundless fire domain is indeed powerful, but it's a pity, said the strongest of the 3 black-robed figures after a brief pause. He removed his robe, revealing a surprisingly calm and amiable face, though his eyes now showed an expression of horror. Is this one of the 6 believers? At that moment, the faces of Lin Qingwen and the others turned pale, like ash. Not for any other reason, but because the identity of a 6th believer alone was enough to easily erase them. The strength of the believers was somewhere between the mid-6-star Do Xian and the 7-star Do Xian. Not to mention, the 6 believers wielded incredibly powerful Do techniques from the Holy See. Lin Qingwen and the others understood that following Xiao Yin now could mean death. Attack. Bind the others. This one is for teacher. In an instant, the 2 weaker members of the Holy See, like shadows, subdued Lin Qingwen and the others completely. If it weren't for the strange power of Xiao Yin and the rumors that greatly exaggerated his abilities, they would have immediately moved to capture him. Master, run! After being captured by the 2 Holy See men, Lin Qingwen shouted to the motionless Xiao Yin. No matter what, the mission the princess entrusted him with had to be completed. Otherwise, how could he ever face the princess again? Moreover, judging by the princess's tone before he left, Xiao Yin was likely a key figure in this election. If he caused the failure of the election, Lin Qingwen would feel immense guilt. Xiao Yin of the Boundless Fire Domain, truly capable, but you killed my Holy See envoy, the Yellow Cultivator. Today, I shall bring you to justice. After a moment, an elder from the Holy See stared at Xiao Yin with a sinister gaze, a cold smile creeping onto his face. With his strength, he could have saved the Yellow Cultivator, but in order to eliminate Xiao Yin, he needed a reasonable excuse. After all, Xiao Yin was now the ruler of the Boundless Fire Domain, and eliminating him without cause would bring trouble to the Holy See. Don't bother with such petty tricks. Do you really think a mere 6-star Do Xian mid-level believer can kill me? You're underestimating the Boundless Fire Domain too much, Xiao Yin sneered, not making any unnecessary moves. His voice was full of arrogance, and he made it clear that to deal with someone like this, only overwhelming violence would be convincing. What surprised Xiao Yin even more was that this guy wanted to use the death of the Yellow Cultivator as an excuse to eliminate him, but unfortunately, he never calculated that Xiao Yan's strength and combat ability could easily defeat a mere 6-star Do Xian. You brat, you'll beg for death soon enough. Light beam. With a grunt, a pale white halo surrounded the elder, and his speed surged dramatically. He formed his hand into an eagle claw and shot it towards Xiao Yin, the ferocity of his attack causing the very energies of the surrounding world to tremble violently. Flame explosion technique. Seeing this, Xiao Yin spoke softly, his body becoming lighter and faster, and he began to dodge and circle the elder. 5th ranked of the 6 believers. This guy is a master of close combat. Lord Xiao Yin, I hope you're all right. Lin Qingwen and the others could only watch the battle unfold, knowing that if things became irreversible, their loyalty would only leave them with one option: suicide. Whoosh! Crack, crack. Even though the Elder of the Holy Sea unleashed a fierce attack, every time his strikes landed on Yin, they were absorbed by a scorching flame that dissipated them. For a moment, the entire arena was filled with the ongoing battle between Yin and the Elder of the Holy Sea. This was the territory of Heavenly Wood City. Despite the intense battle taking place, no one came to investigate. After all, the Tianqing continent was currently in a period of turmoil, and everyone was too preoccupied with self-preservation. Moreover, both sides had royal figures involved, so the city guards did not wish to interfere. Little brother, it's getting late. Let me send you on your way. After a moment, the Elder of the Holy Sea ceased his close combat with Yin. Suddenly, a white radiance surged from his body, and a powerful, blinding halo appeared, resembling the morning sun. Chanting a Do technique? I won't give you that chance. Yin instantly saw through the Elder's intentions, waving his hand as the power of the great heavenly seed surged forth. The Do technique the Elder was about to use was clearly on a different level from the one Master Huang had attempted earlier. If it succeeded, Yin would face a troublesome battle. Crash! Such weak power, and you still dare to use it? The Elder of the Holy Sea shook his head dismissively, effortlessly shattering the attack with a casual strike. Don't celebrate too soon. Binding Celestial Silk Vine Array. In the blink of an eye, Yin's lips curled into a smile. He waved his hand again, and a green light gate appeared, enveloping the area entirely. Thud. As soon as the green light gate enclosed the area, a vast expanse of trees began to grow wildly, altering the entire surroundings in an instant. Teacher. My lord. What's going on? With the sudden change, Lin Qingyun and the other two black-clad figures gasped in surprise. The trees growing wildly around them emitted a strong sense of danger, sending a chill down their spines. This guy, he's not as simple as I thought. At this moment, the Elder of the Holy Sea's eyes gleamed with caution. A formation of this level could not be cast by just anyone. Whoosh whoosh. After activating the formation, Yin's figure disappeared into the foliage. At the same time, Lin Qingwen and the others were pulled into the safety of the formation. The Soul Hall's presence? Just as Yin prepared to launch his attack, he sensed a trace of the Soul Hall's sinister aura, amplified by the formation he had used. Boom! A sound erupted as a ray of sunlight suddenly emerged from the Elder's clothes, and the formation was immediately pushed back, expanding outward. Lord Yin, what's wrong? Lin Qingwen, unable to feel any relief, noticed the sudden change in Yin's expression and asked urgently. Some uninvited guests. Forget it. Let's see what these guys are up to. After a moment of thought, Yin decided on a new course of action. The energy within the formation rapidly diminished, and over time, it began to fragment. Crack! The Elder of the Holy Sea did not expect Yin's formation to lose energy so quickly, and before he could react, it was shattered. Yin's aura grew weak. However, the Elder had no time to dwell on it. If he offered Yin to Lord Light, his position would rise, and his future would be bright. SSSHH? Endless Fire Domain, Yin, Holy Sea's fifth disciple. This time, it's truly a great harvest. As Yin sat in the plaza, pale and weak, a sinister laugh and black mist suddenly enveloped the entire area. Soul Hall's people? Even the Elder of the Holy Sea, with his strength, couldn't help but feel a heavy sense of foreboding. This is bad. At that moment, Yin realized something, hesitating. Stay right there. Just as Yin was about to escape, a black ray of light bound him to the spot. However, the Elder and the others failed to notice the fleeting smile that appeared on Yin's lips. Hand over your souls, or you will all perish here. A shadow, wrapped in black mist and exuding a terrifying aura, appeared like a ruler and spoke to everyone present. The voice carried an overwhelming force. 6-star Dosian perfection. How could Soul Hall's people be here? At that moment, as the black mist from Soul Hall spread and completely sealed off the plaza. Lin Qingwen and Lin Qingyun's expressions turned grim. While Soul Hall's influence was not as strong as the Holy See, its mysterious and unpredictable nature made it even more dangerous. However, for the small Soul Hall to operate unchecked in the Great Thousand Worlds, there must be some powerful force behind it. Otherwise, such entities like the Soul Hall would have long been eradicated by the Holy See. Fifth disciple of the faith, Dai. The man cloaked in black mist had just appeared, shrouded in the mist, showing no intention of holding back. He roared directly. On the other hand, Xiao Yin and the others were immediately bound, leaving them unable to do anything but watch in silence. Light binding heavenly rope. Seeing the black mist man's imposing aura, the elder from the Holy See's mouth slightly moved, and in the blink of an eye, a beam of dawn light shot from his body, surging toward the black mist. Whoosh! The strange black mist began to tremble upon contact with the pure and radiant dawn light. In the blink of an eye, the mist was completely purified by the light, revealing the true appearance of the Soul Hall expert. At a glance, this figure's body was actually ethereal, with a faint black robe gently draped over the illusory soul form. The soul body was suffused with an extremely terrifying, bloody aura, a thick stench so overpowering that it was nauseating. Soul Hall, indeed another soul body. The elder from the Holy See narrowed his eyes, becoming more vigilant upon seeing the true form of this figure. The Holy See had previously sent powerful experts multiple times to suppress and eradicate Soul Hall's members. But despite the vast difference in strength, they had never been able to destroy the Soul Hall. As a result, the Holy See was deeply wary of Soul Hall's experts, as the two factions were now enemies, seeing each other with a burning hatred. "I'll capture you." After a pause, the Soul Hall expert sneered indifferently. His ethereal soul body was surrounded by swirling blood-colored clouds that grew and expanded, and under the influence of this sinister energy, the entire plaza, already enveloped by his black mist, filled with a chilling aura. Humph! A mere soul body dares to be so arrogant? Since you've shown up today, then you and Xiao Yin will both come back to the Holy See to face judgment. The Holy See elder spoke arrogantly, his white light undulating around him. In an instant, the black mist around the Soul Hall expert started to diminish, for ultimately, the Soul Hall expert's power was being heavily suppressed by the Holy See's light-based Do Qi. Soul burial. Hearing the Holy See elder's dismissive tone, the Soul Hall expert's eyes turned blood-red. The blood clouds around him began to swell further, like a volatile gas that might explode at any moment. Whoosh! Not long after, the blood cloud exploded, and a massive blood-red shadow, over 100 feet tall, appeared next to the Soul Hall expert. This blood-red shadow resembled a human, but strangely, it lacked any intelligence. Its crimson eyes glowed with endless killing intent as it locked its gaze on the Holy See group. The bloodthirsty malice sent a shiver down their spines. Rip him apart. The Soul Hall expert gave the command as the blood-red giant stirred. Ryup! As if obeying the command, the blood-red giant raised its hands high, its heavy footsteps echoing as it slowly advanced toward the Holy See group. Each step left behind a stench of blood and decay in the black, mist-shrouded plaza. An evil creature formed from a soul body, morning light of the radiance. Purification. With a cold snort, the Holy See elder smiled slightly. Radiant dawn light erupted from his clothes, and his lips moved once again. Sacred chants, like divine music, echoed, imbued with an immensely holy power. However, as he performed this mighty attack, his movements were also constrained. These guys. Xiao Yin, who had been silently observing from the side, quietly assessed the situation. It seemed from the conversation between the two that there were some hidden secrets between the Holy See and Soul Hall. My lord, these Soul Hall people, they are likely the final supporters of the last candidate. At this moment, Lin Qingwen quietly whispered to Xiao Yin. The third candidate? Xiao Yin exclaimed in surprise. With the royal election approaching, there are 3 candidates with the most authority. The princess leads the conservatives, aiming to preserve the traditional ways of Tianqing continent. The stubborn prince, Lin Feng, leads the hardliners, trying to extend the royal family's influence to the entire Dou continent by allying with the Holy See and other powerful factions. As for the final candidate, Lin Qingwen hesitated for a moment. What about the final one? Xiaoyan also sensed something, muttering to himself. The last one is named Lin Fengya, a cripple. He's always kept a low profile, but I can say with certainty that this Soul Hall expert was likely brought in by him as an external force. Since that's the case, this will be interesting. It seems that many powerful individuals from the heavenly spirit continent are eager to stake a claim on this piece of meat, Xiaoyan said with a slight smile. At the same time, the core inscription inside his body began to rotate rapidly. In an instant, the core inscriptions that had condensed surpassed 50,000. This wasn't even Xiaoyan's limit. The core inscriptions were still increasing, and an attack infused with intense fire and wood attributes, as well as a vibrant life force, quietly began to form from the palm of his hand. Whoosh whoosh. A blood-colored giant shadow, seemingly invincible, rapidly began to dissolve and disintegrate under the attachment of countless glowing runes. Die, fool. The Soul Hall expert watching this scene showed no surprise. Instead, a rare smile slowly appeared on the ethereal form of his soul. This is bad. The expert, who had been using a light attribute Douqi technique to easily disintegrate the blood-colored giant shadow, hadn't anticipated that just as the shadow was on the verge of being completely destroyed, it suddenly shattered. From within the giant shadow's body, countless grotesque, howling souls and wild ghosts surged out. They looked at the Soul Hall expert with terror in their eyes. After struggling for a moment, their speed surged, and they shot straight toward the Elder from the Holy See. Boom, boom, boom. The Elder from the Holy See poured all his energy into the light attribute Douqi technique, leaving no strength to defend against the others. As a result, he was directly pierced by countless wild souls and ghosts. Each soul and ghost that passed through his body inflicted an agonizing pain that struck his very soul. Teacher, my lord. Seeing the leading elder from the Holy See in a dire situation, the other two Holy See experts and Lin Qingyun's pupils constricted tightly, and they roared in distress. Get out of my way. Seeing the three of them unleashing all their power, the Soul Hall expert casually struck, effortlessly shattering their attacks. His body then shifted like a ghost and appeared beside the Holy See Elder. Bastard! If you kill me, our Holy See will never let you go. At this moment, the Holy See Elder felt the looming threat of death. Thud. Hiss. Ignoring the Elder's roars, the Soul Hall expert raised his hand, black mist swirling around it, and then pierced the Elder's chest. A bright red heart was grasped in his hand. Crack!